Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, illuminating your path. I'm Solarian Zephyr, your Cosmic Strategist.
And I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
Together, we bridge celestial wisdom, help unlock your modern path.
And discover guiding starlight insights.
We want to explore these powerful cosmic energies with you.
So the big question we're tackling today, using insights from the Oceanic Oracle's 2025 Odyssey and some other great material you sent over,
Right.
is how do these planetary transits, these energies, really shape your unique story, especially looking at 2025 for a Cancer sun with Pisces rising?
Yeah, our mission here is to, unpack the most important nuggets from all this information, really shine a light on your path through the next year.
Think of it like we're trying to help you read your personal cosmic weather forecast for 2025.
Okay, so let's start at the core. Understanding your specific celestial identity described in these sources. With that Cancer sun, you're called the lunar wellspring.
I love that. It speaks to that deep ancestral memory, that powerful empathy, the nurturing instinct, very Cancerian. It's like your deep inner waters.
Exactly. But then there's your Pisces rising, how the world often first meets you. The sources call this the starfish cartographer.
Which paints such a picture, right? Ethereal grace, this boundless compassion, and this amazing ability to navigate the collective unconscious, those unseen currents.
It's like your personal Cancerian waters meet the vast cosmic ocean of Pisces.
Yes. And that combination creates what the sources term the living lagoon.
The living lagoon. Tell me more about that.
Well, it's where your personal emotional depth, that Cancer core, merges with the infinite, the spiritual sensitivity of Pisces rising. It's a really unique energy field you carry.
So not just feeling things deeply, but actually being a kind of healing space.
Precisely. A sanctuary. Your intuition is like sonar. Your boundaries feel permeable, not weak, but open for healing connection. Your very presence can feel like a safe harbor. Understanding this is, well, it's fundamental for 2025.
Because the sources suggest 2025 really turns up the volume on this watery nature.
It absolutely does. And it brings a core challenge, or maybe a core skill, to hone: discernment within divine dissolution.
Okay, discernment within divine dissolution. Break that down.
It means navigating all that merging, flowing, and connecting, which is natural for you, but doing it with a clear sense of self, knowing where you end and others begin, energetically speaking.
So knowing when to flow with the current and when to anchor yourself.
Exactly. When to merge, when to maintain your sacred space. And the planets this year are really pushing you to practice that. Let's start with Jupiter.
Okay, Jupiter, planet of expansion.
Right. It starts 2025 in Gemini, but the big shift, the one highlighted in the sources, is May 25th. That's when Jupiter moves into Cancer.
Into your sun sign, a homecoming. And for you, Cancer rules the 10th house, right? Career, public image.
Precisely. So Jupiter is bringing its expansive, fortunate energy right to your public life, your purpose in the world. The sources say this is about weaving your oceanic empathy, that Pisces rising gift, and your nurturing wisdom, that Cancer sun core, directly into your career.
So it's less about just getting a promotion, more about embodying your soul in your work.
Yes. Leading with that soulful presence. The material even mentions you might feel it physically, like a subtle pull at your crown chakra or warmth in your hands, a call to lead with heart.
Interesting. And there's a journal prompt tied to this.
There is. It's, how can my deep empathy become my most potent public service? What legacy of compassion am I uniquely called to chart?
Wow, that really frames your nurturing side not as incidental, but as central to your impact.
That's the idea for this Jupiter transit for you. Now let's switch gears. Saturn.
Okay, Saturn, structure, lessons, karma.
And Saturn is in Pisces all through 2025. For you, this highlights your 8th house.
The 8th. Deep waters there, too. Shared resources, intimacy, transformation.
All of that. Plus psychological depths, spiritual boundaries. With Saturn here, the lesson is about finding responsible containment within those Piscean depths, bringing structure to shared spaces, whether emotional or financial.
So not getting lost in the merge.
Kind of. The sources use these interesting physics terms, contrasting quantum decoherence, which they liken to dissolving unhealthy energetic ties, versus gravitational collapse, which is about finding empowered vulnerability instead of being pulled down by other stuff. It's about healthy boundaries in those shared zones.
Defining your shores, like you said earlier. Within the ocean of connection, is there a practice for this?
Yeah, it's a somatic anchor. Notice if you feel a sinking feeling or maybe pressure in your lower belly or sacral area during psychic overwhelm or maybe financial stress involving others.
Okay, pay attention to that feeling.
And then place your hands there. breathe slowly, and use the mantra, I am an ocean with defined shores, I choose safe harbors.
I am an ocean with defined shores. I choose safe harbors. I like that. It's about claiming your space.
It is your sacred space within the infinite. Now let's look at Neptune.
Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusion, spirituality. Currently in Aries.
Yes, in Aries. And for you, this influences your fifth house.
Creativity, romance, self-expression, joy. That sounds like a potentially wonderful mix.
It can be. The sources talk about quantum fluidity, that boundless Neptune inspiration meeting impulsive Aries fire in your house of joy and creativity.
So like electric inspiration.
Totally. But the challenge flagged is that boundaries can get blurry. That starfish cartographer part of you feels boundless love, right? So where do you pour all that amazing energy?
Discernment again. Making conscious choices.
Exactly. So that fluid inspiration and fiery impulse don't just scatter you or lead you into, say, creative or romantic fantasy without grounding. There's an embodiment exercise suggested too.
Let's hear it.
Stand barefoot, get grounded. Then gently tap your heart center, connecting to Cancerian feeling, and then your third eye, tapping into Piscean intuition.
Heart and third eye. Got it.
And as you do, whisper this mantra. My joy flows freely. My channel is clear. My light is mine to share.
My joy flows freely. My channel is clear. My light is mine to share.
And they suggest a breath pattern with it. Inhale, feeling Piscean expansion, like you're breathing in the cosmos. Exhale, feeling Cancerian nurturing, grounding it in yourself. Maybe 3 times.
Inhale, expansion. Exhale, nurturing. That's a beautiful way to consciously direct that flow of joy and light you carry.
It really is. Now, amidst all these ongoing transits, the sources really spotlight one particular event. The Pisces penumbral lunar eclipse on March 14th.
Okay, an eclipse. And it's in Pisces, which is your rising sign, so your first house.
Exactly. Your house of self, identity, how you appear. An eclipse here, especially a lunar one bringing release or culmination, is potent for self-awareness. The material calls it a soul-dredging portal.
Soul-dredging. Sounds a bit intense.
It can feel that way, but think of it as a deep cleanse, illuminating hidden currents within your identity or spiritual past, subconscious patterns, especially relating to your core self, ready for release.
So what might someone experience around this time?
Profound dreams, maybe some psychic downloads, a really clear sense that you need to let go of old illusions about who you are, particularly illusions around your role as a healer or nurturer.
Shedding old skins in a way. Is there a ritual suggested?
Called the deep release. It involves a saltwater bath, could be real or just visualized. You whisper fears or old self-concepts into the water.
Okay.
And then as you drain the bath, you imagine those patterns dissolving, being transmuted by the earth. It's a powerful moment asking you to bravely release what's not authentically you anymore.
That makes sense. A conscious letting go. What about Pluto? Planet of transformation.
Right. Pluto is dipping back into Aquarius in 2025, and for your chart, this hits the 12th house.
The 12th. The house of the hidden, the unconscious, spirituality, but also self-undoing and ancestral patterns.
Yes, all of that. The sources describe Pluto here triggering a kind of quantum tunneling, bringing deep, often buried stuff, ancestral trauma, collective shadows up to the surface.
That sounds potentially heavy.
It can feel that way, but the framing isn't doom and gloom. It's presented as a powerful invitation for deep soul alchemy, a chance to transform things hidden in your psyche or lineage.
So how do you work with that? What should you look out for?
The sources suggest paying attention to signals from your soul's depths. Vivid dreams, maybe sudden fatigue that doesn't make sense, or even physical sensations like tingling in your feet.
Little clues from the unconscious.
Exactly. They're messages. This transit is about listening really deeply to what your soul might be trying to communicate from those unseen realms.
It's fascinating how the sources also link this Cancer-Sun-Pisces rising combination to historical and cultural figures. It helps make it feel more tangible.
Doesn't it? They mentioned Queen Victoria, Cancer Sun, Pisces Rising. She had that deep emotional anchor, that focus on home and family, right? But she operated within this vast, complex political system, needing huge intuition to navigate those unseen currents.
Right, that blend of personal anchoring and navigating vastness. And Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, presented as an archetype of Cancerian devotion and nurturing, fused with that deep Pewardian mystical insight and healing. Operating in a realm of spiritual connection, unseen truths, it shows how this energy blend can be really powerful.
And the cultural examples are great too. Eliza from The Shape of Water.
Yes. That deep Cancerian care, meeting the unknown, communicating soul to soul.
And Björk's introspection mixed with Ophelia's, like, fierce maternal instinct from Pan's Labyrinth.
It paints such a vivid picture. They even said the vibe is like Mamma Mia meets the Celestine prophecy.
Huh. Joyful family chaos meets spiritual discovery. I could see that.
Right. And the soundtrack, Enya meets Adele, deep emotion, ethereal vibes. It really helps you feel the frequency you might be tuning into this year.
Okay, so bringing all this together, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, the eclipse, Pluto, the archetype. The sources outline 3 potential timelines for 2025, like paths you might explore.
Exactly. Not predictions, but potential areas of focus. The first one is called the Sanctuary and the Spotlight.
Sanctuary and Spotlight. Sounds like that Jupiter and Cancer transit.
It is. The trigger is leaning into that energy, letting your Cancerian focus on home, family, security be the solid foundation for your public purpose.
How might that work?
Could be creating a healing space, leading nurturing workshops, compassionate advocacy, making art from family stories, basically radiating that nurturing authority publicly. There's even a suggested ritual for the new moon in Cancer on July 4th, creating a hearth altar.
A hearth altar, nice. What's the challenge here?
Maintaining your Piscean flow without dissolving. You need boundaries. You need to schedule soul buoyancy time just for you to recharge. This path asks how your secure home base fuels your worldly impact.
Okay, timeline 2.
The depths and the treasure. This one keys into that Saturn and Pisces in the 8th house. It's about courageously navigating shared resources, intimacy shadows, spiritual power dynamic.
Facing the deep stuff, what are the potential treasures?
Transforming old patterns around money or debt. Setting clear energetic boundaries in relationships. Channeling empathy effectively in healing work. Maybe uncovering hidden talents through shadow work. There's an exercise, too. Anchoring the tide.
Anchoring the tide.
Yes, sitting quietly, hands on thighs, breathing, inhale energy from the earth, exhale what's not yours, and visualizing a firm anchor in your sacral area.
Grounding. What's the pitfall on this path?
Spiritual bypassing, maybe martyrdom. Using Saturn to build healthy containers for your gifts, not getting lost or overwhelmed. It's about how you reclaim your power in shared spaces and within yourself.
Makes sense. And the third timeline?
The muse and the mystic. This connects to Neptune in Aries in your 5th house, surrendering to inspired creativity, spiritual romance, merging feeling and imagination.
Sounds lovely. Manifestations.
Could be channeling amazing art, deep spiritual connections and romance, teaching intuitive practices, rediscovering pure joy and play, birthing visionary projects. There's a journal prompt. What creative dream have I dissolved in self-doubt? What brings pure joy? How can I let my soul sing freely?
Letting the soul sing? Beautiful. The challenge.
Discerning real inspiration from pure fantasy. Grounding those flights with Cancerian self-care, protecting your open heart. This path is about how your creativity and spirit want to express themselves joyfully.
These timelines offer really distinct ways to navigate the year. To help integrate all of this, is there an overall mantra suggested?
Yes, a beautiful one. I am the depth and the vastness. I feel the world's waters, yet I navigate my own sacred current. My compassion flows with discernment. My dreams chart the course.
I am the depth and the vastness. That captures the living lagoon perfectly.
It really does, and it speaks to the core invitation for you this year. Surrender to the soul surf. Trust the undertow. It's not there to drown you, but to cleanse you, reveal your true spiritual shape.
Balancing the wellspring's nourishment with the cartographer's dreaming.
Without getting lost. Translating those deep whispers into tangible beauty. Anchoring compassion and wisdom. Navigating with confidence. It really feels like your year to dive deep into feeling and surface with incredible grace.
A powerful outlook for 2025.
As our cosmic journey concludes for today,
we really encourage you to take these insights, mull them over, and dive deeper into what resonates for your unique path in 2025.
And if you'd like a more personalized exploration, you can request your email audio reading now.
You'll find the link for that right there in the description below.
And please do explore the other episode resources and links we've gathered for you.
Yep, all the details are waiting for you there.
Ignite, think, become S.
Subscribe for more Starlight Insights. And thank you so much for joining us.
So remember that final image from the source. Your map for 2025 is written in starlight on water. What does that image inspire you to navigate or create next?